Reviewing Week 11 in college football here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're talking right now with brand new guest to our football preview videos, Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe Duffy is a very well-respected OG, old-timer in the industry, really knows his stuff. And we talked a little bit with him about his history and his bio and his career in the industry in the first part of our Texas A&M Alabama video this week. So check that out if you want to see it. Joe, now we're going to talk about Notre Dame at Boston College. Now, this is another game where I think I do see an edge here. Boston College is an 18.5-point home underdog. The total's 47.5. I bet the under when it was 48. Notre Dame, of course, coming off the tough overtime win against Pitt. Boston College, you have to, I mean, this is their Super Bowl, right? So you have to assume that they're going to try to shorten this game somehow, run the ball a lot, stay within, stay as close as they can, which also probably lends some value to them at plus 18.5. Notre Dame obviously far, far superior, but they are predicated on defense. I'm looking at this overall. I'm thinking Boston College plus 18.5, worth a shot, and even more so, the under at 47.5 now.
Well, it's funny. You brought up another point where one of the few opinions of people that I respect, he's a big believer in going with double-digit underdogs in rivalry games. This is probably the only angle that I disagree with him on, simply because I've looked it up, that generally double-digit favorites in rivalry games do a lot better than a lot of people think. If you look it up, if you got access to one of those databases. But one of the reasons I'm actually going with the favorite here, and I tend to lean towards underdogs, we kind of alluded to in one of the previous game previews where Notre Dame was in a very tough spot last week. They were off of the big win against Oklahoma. Pittsburgh was a little bit fired up. They had off-the-field problems where they had something to rally around. But the Irish had plenty of motivation to blow out Boston College here. In addition to the obvious, where if they do go undefeated and Oregon and Kansas State also go undefeated, they've got to get some style points. But more importantly than that, what I call my performance gap analysis, which in part says the teams that are not very efficient actually have the biggest upside, where Notre Dame is putting up more yards than they are points, so to speak. So the Irish, if they can improve their efficiency, where they're 89th in the country in red zone efficiency offensively, which will surprise some people for a team that's undefeated, but now they're going against a Boston College team that is terrible. Boston College defense that's ranked 109th nationally. The Irish need to still work on their offensive efficiency. They need the style points. They're getting the yards. They're just not getting the points. But this seems to be the perfect anecdote for them, where they are going up against a bad defense, and they can pile up the points because they need the style points, because last week was a tough situation. I'm not that concerned about almost losing to Pitt. I think, conversely, this is a very good situation, and they've got the motivation to run the points up, and there is a big mismatch, their offense against Boston College's defense. So although I generally like to lean towards underdogs, not here.
All right, and quickly, what do you think about the under, 48 or 47.5?
Again, I think that the Irish are going to pile up the points. I expect a blowout. I think the Irish could approach the total themselves. So if Boston College can just score a touchdown, maybe get 10 points, I'd lean towards the over, because I think the Irish have plenty of motivation to pile up a lot of points here. And like I said, the matchups work pretty well.
Wow. There you go. This is officially the first preview you've done with us where you've blown my mind and changed my opinion. I'm now thinking that the Boston College team total under, which should be about 14.5, much better bet than the overall under, 47.5 or 48. Great preview, Joe Duffy. Thanks.
Thank you.